I'm essentially an empiricist. But what I consider to be empirical is much broader and much more robust than what a materialist does. A materialist will only consider something empirical if he or she can reproduce it in a scientific method. And for me, something's empirical if it happens. And I see no reason to lop off UFOs. If people report UFOs, then UFOs are part of our empirical world. And we know they are. It's not a question. There was a story in the New York Times last December about fighter jet pilots tracking them on radar, and you could watch the radar for yourself. There are UFOs. Now, what they are, we don't know. That's a whole nother question.
There are a couple of different theories about what's happening here. I mean, one is that there are actually spaceships, alien ships that have flown from some other distant galaxy or planet and have entered into Earth's atmosphere. There's sort of another way of interpreting these is that actually that's way too literal an interpretation. It's happening more at a psychic level.
You can find evidence for both of those interpretations. And what fascinates me about the UFO is it doesn't behave. It violates both of those theories. You can watch radar reports, again on the New York Times last December, which suggests some kind of object flying in space. But you can also read UFO encounters or abduction events in which dead loved ones appear, and in which the UFO is essentially a soul, a kind of conscious plasma. So again, I don't know what the correct interpretation is, Steve. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that these phenomena happen. They're real. They're a part of our world. They clearly carry religious dimensions, often, not always, and that we should be interested in them. We should be fascinated by them and not be mocking people who express interest.
They carry religious implications for what reason?
Well, the gods have always come from the sky. The gods have always come from the sky or the heavens. They've always been messing with human beings. They've always been having sex with human beings. They've always been granting human beings a knowledge of technology or agriculture or something. And this is how these things behave in the modern world. They're weird beings that come out of the sky, interact with human beings, have sex with human beings, grant them new technologies, warn them about nuclear warfare, warn them about the environment. I mean, this is classic religious behavior. And just because it's framed in modern techno garb, a kind of occult science fiction, doesn't mean it's not religious. It just means it's speaking to us in the only frame we can hear today.